Alright guys, so we're out here. We want to talk to you guys about planting a late season food plot. This is what we've got here. We're in, what are we in? Second week of October right now. And this is a food plot that Brayton and I came in. We brush hogged it out a couple weeks ago. This is a hot spot for deer, and it was a spot that I just kind of overlooked most of the year, and I was like, you know what, it's going to pay off big time if we can plant this in something green. A lot of deer use it, a lot of big bucks use it. This is usually where the biggest bucks on the property are seen. So we came in here, we brush hogged it. I think like a week later I came in, heavily sprayed it with glyphosate and killed it. So it's really nice. It's the first time I've seen it. It's nice and brown. What we're going to do is about an acre-ish. We're going to be planting 250 pounds of wheat. I've heard of people doing up to 300 pounds per acre on wheat, especially this late season wheat, or if you do oats or anything like that, you can do it really heavily, because now it's a point that they aren't going to get a whole lot of height on them, but we are going to get a lot of tonnage out of it. So we're basically, you have this big wide food plot. We're going to plant it as thick as it can be, almost like a carpet base, because the wider we can plant, the thicker we can plant, the more tonnage we're going to produce. More deer are going to be able to be fed in here and keep coming in here on a regular basis. If we come in and say it's an acre and we plant, 100 pounds an acre, it's going to be sparse. Deer are going to mow it down. It's not going to be sought after where deer know this is a spot that I can come. There's always going to be food. So 250 pounds is what we're going to spread. A little differently too, we're right here at the creek bottom. You can see there's a whole lot of duff on the ground. We don't have a whole lot of time. So what we're doing is we got the old disc on the tractor here. We're going to come in. We're actually going to take this wheat right now, and we're going to broadcast it over the top of this entire thing. There's really good soil underneath here, and I was turning it up really easy just with the brush hog and with the tractor when I was working it. So we're going to spread all that winter wheat up on top of this stuff, then take the disc and go over it probably just once is all that we're going to need to do. It's going to flip it over. It's going to get good soil seed contact. It's pretty powdery soil in here. It's right at the creek bottom, which is kind of perfect soil for our area because we don't have great soil here. It's usually really rocky. So this should work up really, really good. Now, if you came in here and you're like, man, I brush hogged this and I'm just going to broadcast over the top of it, the amount of duff that's on the soil here is going to keep it from actually getting good soil seed contact. The other key component of this, the reason we are planting super duper late, is because we've still not had rain. Like over the 4 months of this summer or whatever, we've had rain just 2 times, 3 times maybe. And so since the last rain, it's almost been probably at least another month and a half. We are in a severe drought. We have rain forecasted today to like this afternoon, tonight, and then big chance come Wednesday. So we know that there's going to be rain here. This winter wheat's going to germinate, it's going to grow, and we're going to make this super green, super thick. I can't wait to show you guys this, but let's get busy. We're going to take the seed, we're going to broadcast it on top, then we're going to run the disc over and we'll show you what that all looks like. Alright guys, so I am done. I have seeded, I have disked, and I have seeded again. I didn't plan on seeding at the very end. I ended up taking another 200 pounds and throwing it on top, just because this ended up being bigger than the acre that I was figuring, and the soil worked up so good that I knew we were going to get really good soil seed contact and could handle some more seed on here. Even in these areas, so like for example this area here where it's got all this duff, the main component that I'm looking for is soil seed contact, and we got the moisture coming in. And so even with all this duff on here, it still looks like there's no way that I could grow. Now if I came in and I did throw that seed on top, it would just sit on top of this duff and it might try to germinate and then die after the rain. But now it's sifted it through, it's gone down to the ground, and even underneath you can tell it's broken up that dirt that was underneath this duff. This duff is still on top, and that winter wheat will have no problem coming through. And a lot of you might be going, why didn't you go ahead and disc this whole plot, then spread the winter wheat and then drag it and do it that way? Well, we're kind of in crunch time, so we're trying to do things a little quicker. This is going to give me the same results instead of just coming in and disking. I'm not going to have to go over this plot a couple times, and it's covering the seed that was in here up probably about 1/4 of an inch, which I am very happy with. And then, like I said, I had a little bit too much acreage here. Went ahead and spread 2 more bags of winter wheat, so that makes 5, 6, 7. So we did 7 bags total on this food plot. Now, what I also did on this food plot, it's a little different than planting a fall versus a spring food plot. During like the spring, I'm planting a little bit heavier internally in the food plot because of all the native vegetation and trees and stuff on the edge that are going to compete with that food plot on the edge. It's going to kill it off anyway, and the middle is going to grow really nice. Well, it's kind of the opposite when it comes down to fall. While these trees, all these species are going dormant, you will get a good growth on the edge of your food plot. And deer also tend to hit the food plots a little harder. You know, they don't have time to regenerate late season, and those deer are going to hit the edges first. And so I plant the edges a lot thicker, and then especially in front of, like example, the bow stand that we got back here, I planted a lot thicker in that area. Areas I want to concentrate the deer, and areas that I know the deer are going to come in and put more pressure on, I plant heavier. So super easy way to do this. We haven't been out here that long. We also hand spread, you know, every single bag of winter wheat, which was a lot, but we didn't have a big enough trailer to bring the four-wheeler out here. That would have cut down the time in half if we would have brought the four-wheeler with the seeder on it. But we're remote, we're kind of way out here. This works, and we got it done, got our steps in today. So pretty happy with this. I can promise you it's going to be super green. This is a food plot that somebody's going to kill a very big buck out of, or 2. It's just known for that, and being it's going to be green for the first time ever, it's going to be pretty phenomenal. Well guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below, give a thumbs up, make sure you go and subscribe to our channel, and until next time, have a better than average day.